Over the last couple of weeks, we've seen a lot of volatility in the crypto space. We've seen Bitcoin drop below $57,000 per coin, Ethereum drop below $2,800 per coin, and a lot of people are wondering where the best opportunities are in crypto, and many analysts have come out and said, look, if you look at the charts, you're looking at what's going on in the market, Cardano has a lot of bullish indicators right now that make it one of the most undervalued altcoins in crypto. So before we get into that, though, if you're looking at overall crypto market and what is going on, we can see that with Bitcoin's right now around $63,000 per coin. Ethereum's just around $3,000 per coin. If we're looking at Bitcoin, there's a few key things going on in terms of technicals that you need to be aware of. And the first of which is that Bitcoin right now is just below a key trading range, which we've talked about in multiple videos in the past. And that is that Bitcoin is just below that $64,500 per coin range on the weekly charts. It was rejected at this level. It tried to break through it. And if we are to see a continuation higher in the next couple of days, next couple of weeks, we have to see Bitcoin break above this on the weekly charts, because this is a key level of resistance. And if we don't see Bitcoin break above it, it's very likely that we're going to start to retest those lower levels like we saw the other week when Bitcoin dropped into the mid $50,000 per coin range. In addition to this, if you're looking at Bitcoin, we could see that Bitcoin has actually had a few bullish things going on. In terms of Bitcoin, we've seen that Grayscale Bitcoin ETF has recorded inflows for 2 consecutive days, bringing its total inflows to $66.9 million. Prior to these inflows, roughly $218 million exited GBTC daily for 78 consecutive days since January 11th. So during that period of time, GBTC saw over $17.5 billion of outflows. And the good news right now, if you're a crypto investor, is that we're finally starting to see inflows, consistent inflows back into GBTC. GBTC is the largest spot Bitcoin ETF. So seeing that we're having consistent inflows, at least for 2 days in a row, is a start and something that makes you bit more bullish on where the market is going over the next couple of months. I want to quickly interrupt today's video to bring you a word from our channel partner, Ridotto. Ridotto is the world's first on-chain transparent sports betting platform and crypto casino. So just like Uniswap, which removed the middleman in asset trading, Ridotto does the same for casino and sports betting sector. So no KYC, no geo restrictions, and ultimately the protocol operates entirely on chain. So some things that I personally like about Ridotto is that the team just launched its 100% on-chain sports betting and casino platform called the Ridotto Play platform. This Play platform is a one-stop shop for casino games, lotteries, sports betting, esports, and a lot more. And right now you can only bet with Polygon Matic chain, but soon they'll be adding more and more chains. So what I like most about Ridotto is that it has no KYC, instant payouts, a very simple sign-up process. You just create an account by connecting your wallet. It's not even an entire process for signing up. And you can now already bet on a dozen or so sports and esports. On top of this, it has a non-custodial account, so your funds are always yours. You don't have to worry about ever losing them because they're always maintained by your ownership. So right now, they actually have a contest going on from April 19th to May 19th, 2024, where you can win $10,000 and an Olympics trip to Paris. All you need to do to be eligible for this is place a minimum $10 bet on sport and esports at Ridotto sports platform. Then the more you play on coin flip and arcade, the more you rank up in the leaderboard. The way that they pick the winners is at the end of the period, the first 10 people in the leaderboard will win. First place is going to get that Olympic Games trip. Second place gets $2,500. Third place, $1,500. Fourth and fifth place get $750 each. And then 6th through 10th places get $200 each. So use my link in the description and enter to win the $10,000 and trip to the Olympics in Paris. Anyways, let's get back to the program. Next thing I want to go over is going to be what's been going on with Bitcoin predictions, because Bernstein recently came out and said that they are reiterating their $150,000 per coin price prediction for this market cycle. And this is important because a lot of people had said, look, Bitcoin is no way going to be able to hit $150,000 per coin anymore. We've seen this big correction. We're seeing outflows from Bitcoin ETFs for the first time in months. But ultimately, Bernstein came out and said, look, there's 3 main reasons why they still think Bitcoin's going to hit $150,000 per coin this cycle. And they said that they are even more bullish on it now than they were when they made this prediction. Because first is that inflows into Bitcoin spot ETFs have continued and have already made up half of the volumes that Bernstein predicted for all of 2024. So they predicted for the entire 2024 just double what we have already seen in the first quarter of this year. So we are accelerating and seeing inflows at a much faster pace than anyone was expecting. They also said, look, rule updates from Financial Accounting Standards Board pertaining to crypto are driving corporate interest in Bitcoin, and because of this, we have seen that, for example, Block has announced monthly buying of the token despite already owning $840 million of Bitcoin. We're seeing more and more corporations starting to look into Bitcoin. And third thing they said is, look, in terms of Bitcoin and halving, Bitcoin halving has yet to significantly strain crypto mining activity. So during this 4-year event, the amount of tokens awarded for successful miners is cut in half in order to draw down on Bitcoin supply. But ultimately, we have not seen any significant strain on mining activity. That ultimately is a very bullish sign as well. So for these reasons, they say they still easily think Bitcoin can hit $150,000 this cycle, despite what's going on in the short term and despite what's going on short term in the charts like we spoke about. Now let's talk about what's been going on with Cardano, because in terms of Cardano, there's a lot of exciting stuff to be bullish about. Because if you're looking at a recent report from Sentiment, data analytics company, you can see that according to the RSI, the majority of top market cap cryptos are in slight buy zones. But Cardano, which is one of the highest cryptos by market cap, is in a much bigger buy zone relative to other projects. So if we click on this and we zoom in, we can see that Cardano is the most oversold in terms of RSI. So it is the most undervalued crypto right now in terms of these top market cap projects. This is something that is very exciting to see, because if you're looking at ETH is very slightly high compared to other top caps, making it a bit more risky. But if you look all the way at the bottom, we can ultimately see that Cardano is the most undervalued. And we've seen a massive sell-off in Cardano as of recently. There's been a lot of FUD come out. We've seen Toncoin surpassing the market cap. So despite all this, we're seeing still a lot of exciting things going on for Cardano in terms of number of projects building on its blockchain, developments, their weekly development reports, and just on top of all this, we're seeing its RSI being in the most undervalued section out of all the top market cap projects. Now let's switch gears and talk a little bit about what's been going on with some other altcoins. For example, we've seen that SEC recently came out and said that they're going to delay making a decision on the Invesco Galaxy Spot Ethereum ETF. And why this is important is because the SEC in the last couple of weeks has delayed nearly all of the Spot Ethereum ETF applications. This is important because now we're not going to really see deadlines until late June, early July, and a lot of people are expecting that we're not going to see a Spot Ethereum ETF approved. Michael Saylor came out and said he doesn't think we're going to see one approved, and this is going to drive more interest into Bitcoin, because if institutions and corporations don't have a Spot Ethereum ETF, really the only crypto they're going to be able to invest in is going to be Bitcoin, and that is the number one universal accepted cryptocurrency. And because of this, we're going to see a lot more money coming into Bitcoin from institutions on the long term and the long time horizon. Last two things I want to go over is going to be with some smaller cap projects like ChainGPT. We've seen that ChainGPT is currently trading right around 25 cents per token. Over the last 7 days, it's up around 14%. And recently, they've announced a few major developments, not only to major products like we've spoken about in other videos, but also if you look on ChainGPT pad, they've been talking a lot about a project called Omnia Protocol with its IDO coming up very soon, and Engines of Fury. So say Engines of Fury, they have is major IDO for that coming up in the next couple of days, as well as Omnia Protocol, which recently was supposed to be just later in the week, but they have delayed this to align with a major announcement that Omnia Protocol is, developing. But the thing with ChainGPT is that they've been making major developments, major partnerships, and announcements, and they've been growing consistently over the last couple of weeks. So if you're looking for an AI crypto, this is a project that has connections with dozens, if not hundreds of projects in the crypto space. They're helping launch 2 major projects very soon with Engines of Fury as well as Omnia Protocol. And after the recent correction we've had over the last couple of months, it was at an all-time high of around over 50 cents per token. Now it's only at 25 cents per token, and I think this is a great place to get into this token.